It's Nick here, and today it's a little continuation on my last video about bridge officer rotations and a little bit in rotations in general. We're going to do EPG or science rotations just because they are a little bit more different, a little bit more in-depth to comparatively to the others. Like an energy weapon build is simple. Energy weapon, your firing mode, your buffs, your unconventional systems procs. And that's basically your build, your rotation. With science, similar concept, but I would say because of the amount of universal consoles generally on these builds, it's a little bit different. I also then spam bar my universal consoles if I'm in the correct position. And as well, I spam bar gravity well because I know in the same regard when I hit it on the right target, and then I also spam bars are like a lot of things. So just a few like key terms. Spore infused anomalies is one thing. There's a big part of the rotation for EPG builds because spore infused is, as it says, spore infused anomalies. It's procced off anomalies. As I'm trying to stay away from the Kazon, but they keep flying over. We have unconventional systems. So a control bridge officer ability, minus 7% haste, or minus 7% cooldown reduction to your universal consoles. This being a very heavy universal console build. We have a lot of unconventional systems procs because we have a lot of universal consoles. And we also have a lot of, do this because of this moment. So another one is cutting tractor beam. Activating a universal console adds 10% bonus damage to universal consoles for 25 seconds, stacking 10 times. So with 10 universal consoles on this build, my last universal consoles in my rotation, that's the important, you're stacking. So you want to start with your weakest to your strongest. So it's working your way up in the rotation. So, okay. Here we go. I'm just going to simple show you part of like how I would do the rotation. So we pre-buff, get all our buffs out. Then we're going to go through our universal consoles. Then we're going to go with our spore infused anomalies, and then our uncon. I know that was a big flash of everythingness. And then my last universal console, Eddies and Dragon's Breath. Now that's a lot of everyness. And say you were done because of a science build, then I hit temporal back. I'm going to do this again just to show it off. And once it's cooled down, I'll just show it off again. But I can, I'll just repeat that. So we want to buff. So my road 9 is my buffs. Emergency powder auxiliary. Photonic officer. Attack pattern alpha. Go down fighting. Brace for impact because I am using strategist. Because I should be using strategist. That is currently incorrect. But I should be using strategist, so a heal gives you more crit chance with strategist, so that's a heal. Vulnerability assessment sweep. And then I should also be in support configuration. And I'll come over here and I'll show off the rotation once again. So we are going to find our Kazon. Normally, before I go into combat, I hit a war projector because it's a bit of a speed boost. We're going to buff up. We're going to buff up. We're going to hit QSM as well because that's a buff. And we go to town. And everything is going to die. And because with science, a lot of things just sit there. This next wave is taking a lot of damage too. They can sit there and as I get sub. I'm gonna say live on the video. Juros, thank you for the sub. Oh, Zerois, thank you for the sub. As I'm live recording. Best content creator ever, right? So guys, that'll be the video for today. I'm gonna jump out of here. I'll just go through a generalized thought process of like rotations, but this is my EPG rotations. If you'd like to copy it, I'll do a little how-to after. Let's do a little how-to just real quick. So first up is your buffs. So your emergency powder ox, your photonic officer. If you attack your attack pattern alpha, you go down fighting, and then if you're in strategist, your strategist is your number ones. So in my row 9 here, these are what you want to have active first before then you go through. Because I'm using Spore Infused, and that's proccing off anomalies, I start with Gravity Well to pull everything in together. So we pull everything in. Then we want to go with our Universal Consoles. Then we want to go with our secondary Spore Infused anomalies procs. So our other anomalies, our Timeline Collapse, our Subspace Vortex, our Chronometric Inversion Field, and our Very Cold in Space. Then we go with our Deflector procs. We want to go with our Destabilized Resonance Beam. And then we want to go with our Unconventional Systems procs, our Scramble Sensors, our Photonic Shockwave, and our Jam Target Sensors, and then our Tractor Beam. So we want to start, so I'll start that again. We want to do our pre-buffs, so your damage buffs. Then you want to go with your Gravity Well to pull everything in together, your Universal Consoles, your other Spore Infused anomalies, because some of those are Unconventional System procs, some of them are just damaging abilities. Then you go with your just straight Unconventional Systems procs and your secondary deflectors, so that in the order, it's with the consoles will be all on cooldown by the time you're activating more secondary deflector procs, Unconventional Systems procs. So they'll be on cooldown when a heavy amount of cooldown reduction will be coming to them. So it's use the consoles, cool down the consoles, and then you can use the consoles again fairly quickly with this build. So like I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Unconventional System procs on this build. 6 times 7, my math is probably gonna fail me now. That'd be 42 seconds. And then I have Temporal Backstep, so that's more cooldown reduction. So basically, everything with a 2-minute cooldown is basically well under a minute after a few seconds. And then I have other cooldown reduction methods, so it's like consoles, use them, they're under a minute cooldown, a few seconds, like 20 seconds later, you're going to use them again, and so on with this build. Alright guys, that'll be today's video. If you liked this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Especially, I recommend everybody join the Discord. Feel free to ping me in there if you have questions about any of this. All these concepts can be quite in depth, and I can be saying this a bit quickly. So if you have any further questions about this, I recommend join the Discord. Ping me at any time. Just a note, I'm Australian, so time zones, I'll answer when I'm awake if I can, as quickly as I can. But just time zones. Noticing most of the time in my Discord, the conversations are going on when I'm asleep, and they're answered before I wake up. So if you want to answer from me, generally just look at a bit of time zones and go, okay, from like midday America, North America time, I'll be awake, and you can ask a question then. All right, guys, I'm gonna say thank you, and we'll see you all next time. Bye.